Do any of you remember being the worst at something? I was the worst softball player in my 6th grade class. And I had very little prior experience throwing or hitting a softball, but that's not what my brain told me. My brain told me I was bad at softball. And at that point in my life, my aspiration wasn't to become the best softball player in the school. I just wanted to have sufficient skills so I would be capable of playing the game. This is, oh, whoops, that's the wrong, there. This is a struggling 3rd grade reader. He has learned to hate to read. He tells his teacher he's stupid, and he shows other signs of low self-esteem. But what is it we know about true self-esteem? We know that it doesn't suffer if we're not the best at something. If that were the case, we'd all be in trouble. But it suffers greatly when we don't even feel like we're capable of playing the game. And Victor, we know that, so it suffers greatly when we're not even capable of playing the game. And he would rather do anything than read. And so what we know is that when I was bad at softball, I wasn't forced to be bad at softball all day. Luckily for me, I was able to avoid it for the most part. But reading is a gatekeeper skill to 85% of the school day. So if you're feeling bad at reading, you're going to be feeling pretty bad most of the school day. It's not a content area like math or science. Reading is the gatekeeper to the content areas. And the stakes for poor readers last a lifetime, because we know that in adult deployment, 85% of all adult employment involves reading. And so it's a lifetime thing for these poor readers. These are the pictures of some of our incoming kindergartners in Cache School District. One of these children came to us unable to identify a single letter, no colors, wasn't able to even hold a pencil correctly. And so we knew we had our work cut out for that child. They're definitely at risk. But this child didn't know she was at risk. Just like other kindergartners coming into our schools, for the most part, they feel pretty good about themselves and about their ability to learn. So what is it we know about helping to keep these at-risk children in the game? Children come to us with baggage, not in their backpacks. They bring emotional baggage with them into the schools. And for the most part, those are factors over which we have no control. And so our power lies rather in focusing on that, is to focus on the factors we do control. And that is the 6 hours of the 180 days that we're able to spend with these children. And we know that that instructional time is what makes the difference. Instructional minutes matter. And so in our district, we took the K-3 reading money and Title I funds and other funds, because our superintendent is determined that we work together, the department leaders work together to have the focus of early reading in our district. And so every child in our district receives small group instruction for 30 minutes every day. And it begins in kindergarten. In every kindergarten classroom, in every school, we have a teacher and 3 or 4 paraprofessionals working with children in a very specific way. On the surface, it looks like they're playing games, but in reality, they're receiving carefully crafted instruction that provides them with multiple opportunities to respond, and they do so with enthusiasm. Contrast that to a whole class situation where even the most skilled teacher struggles to find enough opportunities to provide those at-risk children chance to practice those foundational skills that are so important to their success. So we have in our district 275 skilled part-time paraprofessionals working in our 16 elementary schools. There was a time when research said that paraprofessionals were not effective in working with at-risk children. But more recent research has shown that if they are provided with adequate training, they can be highly effective. And it only works if you have this formula in place. Our paraprofessionals receive extensive training and ongoing coaching in delivering targeted, research-based instruction to these children. In order to have, they do not spend time at the copy machines like in times past. Their time is spent totally in instruction. And we have literacy facilitators who are responsible to provide that training and that coaching. They have a deep knowledge about reading intervention. They gather and analyze student data. They adjust the student groups so that we know that all children are progressing. And then, of course, the classroom teacher. And those teachers during that 30-minute period bring their additional expertise to work with that group of children that is most in need at that time. Our model also benefits our advanced students because they're able to receive above grade level instruction at that time. That will challenge them because every child deserves to be challenged to reach their potential. Other benefits of having our paraprofessionals in our community is these are additional wage earners. The taxpayer dollars that pay them stay in our communities. They are often the parents or grandparents of our students, and they know that they're making a difference in the lives of the children. They've been equipped with special skills that make them effective. They know they're effective. They are advocates for our schools. They vote, and they encourage other people to vote for things like school bonds. This year, our district will serve 1,240 incoming first grade students. This is their only chance at first grade. And we are ethically obligated, if we have materials that work for them, not to switch horses and to move to something that may have more bells and whistles, but does not have the research behind it. We know that with the materials that we have and if we have the funding, we are ethically obligated to not abandon what we know will work for even our most fragile students. We're confident that our teachers will be able to meet the new core standards and help students reach that proficiency, but only if we build that foundation in reading first. And so these at-risk students will be able to stay in the game if we make sure that they become effective readers before they decide that they're bad at reading. Thank you.